Hey, how's it going? Keith Dale with 360 Automotive. Here I want to talk to you about the RAV G3.140RS. Basically just go over how to use it and how to balance out your assembly. This will also be relevant for any other RAV balancer that has the screen and the buttons like you see here. So G7s, G4s, even the new G2s that came out will all operate the same way. They just have a little bit difference on the inside. So to get started, in terms of mounting up your assembly, it's going to be just like any other balancer that you're used to with a 40mm shaft. If you have any sort of cones, collets, flange plates with a 40mm shaft, they'll work on this balancer as well. So in terms of coning, you'll cone it up as you're used to, and then the operation's very simple. This is the home screen where it says RAV. If your screen looks anything other than the home screen, if it looks anything different, say it looks something like this, or say it looks something like this, because the last guy who did their balance, it just says okay, or it has weight on it, you'll just go ahead and come all the way back to your home screen. So always start from your home screen. There are buttons. This one in particular is not a touch screen. They have push buttons. On the bottom you have black, red, yellow, gray, blue, green, and then black again. Those are the same here on the bottom of your pad, and those are the buttons that correlate to them. But the great thing is you can just utilize your inner and outer data set arms and not have to utilize any of those buttons if you don't want to. So what you're going to do essentially is tell the balancer where you want to put the weights. So say this is a steel wheel as it is, and I want to do a dynamic balance with a hammer-on weight on the inside and the outside. It'd be as simple as just coming up to it. I take my inner data set arm and touch it directly across to where I want to put that weight, so I'll hear that beep. And then I'll come over here, outer data set arm, top of the rim, till I hear the beep. Now it automatically knows, okay, you're doing a dynamic balance. There's hammer-on weights on both sides. So that's an indication of what you're about to go into. And also, one thing to remember with this balancer is all hammer-on weights are going to go on at 12 o'clock, and all stick-on weights will be 6 o'clock via the laser. So hammer-on weights 12 o'clock, stick-on weights 6 o'clock, and there's a laser. So dynamic, simply just lower the hood. It does an automatic stop on top with your weight on the outside, stopping first. So this would be calling for a 1.5 at 12 o'clock on the outside. Then simply hit the green button. It will rotate the tire to your next plane where it's asking for 0.5 on the inside. Go ahead and hammer on the 1.5, then the 0.5, and then you can lower it for your check spin. It's that simple. That's how you do two hammer-on weights. So now I'll just go back to the home. If I want to do an aluminum assembly that has two stick-on weights, very simple. I'm going to take my inner data set arm, go straight across. Some balancers have it so you go underneath. This one, you're just going straight and staying on top of the inside of the rim. So on the inside plane, the outside plane. You can hear it beep twice, and it automatically goes into that stick-on weight, Al-US, aluminum, two-plane balance. So I'm going to lower the hood. Takes about 6 seconds to get your readings. And this one does an automatic stop as well, but as we discussed earlier, it'll be at 6 o'clock via your laser line. So there's a laser line there. You'll be starting on your outside plane, as indicated by the green. Hit your green button, do your inside plane, as you see here. And then you'll just split those weights via that laser line. So those are going to be your main balances that you're going to do. That, and you'll likely do something where you have a hammer-on weight on the inside and a stick-on weight on the inside of the rim, hammer-on weight on the outside. There's two ways to get to that. The blue button here brings you into your assembly, and if you hit black all the way to the right, that shows you all the different balances that this balancer can do. Dynamic, aluminum, there's multiple aluminum programs based on where you're going to put those weights, which you'll see via a picture. Static, which is of course was just one weight, and then packs, which you'll likely never use in the States. So if I come back, if I go to say aluminum S1, you can see that it has a hammer-on weight on the inside and then a stick-on weight on essentially the outside plane. So it's all blank, and I'm going to use my inner data set arm to say I'm going to be putting a weight there and a weight on the inside. Puts in the measurements for you, lower the hood. Like we talked about earlier, it's going to do an automatic stop for this outside plane. That's 2.75, but you'd be using the laser due to it being a stick-on weight, and then you'd have 0.5 that you'd be doing at 12 o'clock due to it being a hammer-on weight. The faster way to get to that, which is an option for you, is you can just use the inner data set arm to cycle through the different programs. If I say I want to put a weight here and I want to put a weight here, it'll default to the 2 stick-on weights, but if I come back halfway and start tilting it down, it'll actually cycle through the different aluminum programs within the machine. And if the machine ever does anything that you don't like from the start, so say for instance I put in a measurement here and then I slip up and it takes a different one, I can always just hit the back button and start from scratch. So just hit the back button and give it a retry until it's where you want and lower the hood. The other thing, the machine will always remember your last balance. So for instance, if I now hit the back button, the memory knows the last one that I did. So after your check spin, of course, it's always go remember it. So you can just take your next assembly and put it on there. Or if for some reason you went to the home button, you don't have to go through remeasuring it again. If you have any questions, just give us a call. We're always here to assist. Happy to walk you through it on the phone. And as always, we can video time, FaceTime, whatever. We do that with a lot of our customers in order to get them through different balances. Either way, have a great day.